What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Haken. Yes, indeed. How about that? Haken making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jason, and Jason wanted to see me react to this song by Haken called Cockroach King. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by BR2ZXD, all one word. Yes, I am not even kidding. And the video has 264,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Haken, The Mountain, 3 Cockroach King. Oh, I see. Okay, so the name of the album is The Mountain, and this must be the 3rd track, Cockroach King. Cool. Wow. Okay. 8:15. Okay, look. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know how I feel about long songs. If they're well constructed, well written, well organized, well executed, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I'm engaged. I'm not bored. It has nothing to worry about. As a matter of fact, I'll usually bump it up a little bit in score just because it was able to do that. On the flip side, if it's not well written, not well constructed, not well executed, I'm bored, I'm not having a good time with it, I am going to absolutely tear it to shreds. So let's see how this one goes. We've had it happen both ways on the channel. So all right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Tantalized by the cockroach and its promise, I fantasized about soaring with golden wings. Hypnotized by the cockroach and its promise, I was compromised by a treasure that was fit for fools. The hunter draws closer to its prey. Vacantly, I was gazing at the mirage. I yearned to be an apostle of the self-made man. Hopelessly, I bathed in
like we got some sort of a solo instrument. It might be guitar, it might be keyboard. I'm not 100% sure yet. Okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it either. I'm kind of indifferent toward it. I will say it's interesting. I will absolutely say that. I'm not bored. I am interested. But the thing is, and this is a road that they're creating for themselves, it is constantly changing up as far as not like from a time signature standpoint or from a key signature. Now, those have stayed very constant. Time signature and key signature. We stayed in the same key. We stayed in the same time signature, 4/4. But their approach, their direction has changed up quite a bit in a number of places. So I can't sit here and say I'm bored, because I'm not. I'm actually kind of interested to see where we're going to go next. You know, what direction are we going to go next? You know, I have that feeling of anticipation, but I'm not really enjoying it. But at the same time, I don't dislike it either. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Let's keep going and let's see where this goes. I like the vocal work. I will say that. I like the vocal. Okay, we're going for like a jazz feel now. All right. Hey, why not? Okay. Funk feel to it now.
in your kingdom built on greed and guile, only to find the insects have multiplied. The Cockroach King of Gallantry, with a broken crown, he's
They lost me. They lost me. I'm always in favor of bands playing around with time signature. I've never had a problem with bands experimenting with time signatures as long as two things are done. Number one, gotta be a reason for it. There's gotta be purpose behind it. And number two, it's gotta be done tastefully. And I'm sorry, they may or may not have done the first one. I honestly don't know. I can't tell because they did the second one so poorly. Changing time signatures rapidly. At times, every single measure. 7/8, 9/8, 6/8, 11/8.
You kidding me?
Seriously, one measure after the other. Explain to me how a first-time listener like myself can possibly, in any universe, possibly groove to that. How? I'm a first-time listener, and you want me to go 7/8, 9/8, 6/8, 11/8, and groove to it. How? Please explain to me how, because it's impossible. Now, I know people are going, oh, I find this song really easy to groove to. You've also probably listened to the song 30, 40, 50 times, and you know where every single time signature change happens. You know how long it stays for that time signature, and you know what time signature is going to go to next. You're able to, because you've listened to the song so many times, you're able to anticipate it. You know exactly what's going to come next. You know what's going to happen in 4 measures. You know what's going to happen in 8 measures. You know what's going to happen in 11 measures. You know where everything's going to happen. So you're bracing yourself. So you know every single time it switches. So of course you're able to groove to it. A first-time listener like myself? No. Now look, if they had gone, let's say they switched from 4/4 and they decided to switch to 7/8, okay? And they switch to 7/8, and they stay on 7/8 for 16 measures. No, you know what? Let's go shorter. Let's go shorter than that. They're on 7/8, and they stay there for 8 measures, and a total of 8 measures. That's okay, because at this tempo, 7/8 for 8 measures gives the listener, a first-time listener like myself, a chance to find the groove, establish the groove, and get into the groove. That's okay. You want to switch up later? That's fine. Switch it up again. Go to 11/8. Sure. Why not? Go with 11/8 for another 8 measures. Okay, fine. Here we are on 11/8. Now we're here. Find the groove, establish the groove, get into the groove. Okay, we should be able to do that within 4 measures, so we have another 4 measures to enjoy the groove on. Cool, no problem. But when you're literally switching every single measure, 7/8, 9/8, 6/8, 11/8, I'm sorry, but as a first-time listener, that is absolutely impossible to groove to. All you can do is sit here and wonder, I wonder what's going to come next. Now, here's the thing. There's 2 different ways that we could look at that. You can look at that statement and go, I wonder what's going to come next, because you're excited. You want to know what's coming next. But that's not the case here. In this case, it's, oh God, I wonder what's going to happen next. Ugh. You're with that sense of dread. And that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. That's what I've been feeling for, honestly, the last 4 minutes. If I'm being honest, the last 4 minutes, last 3.5 to 4 minutes, I felt, all I felt is dread. Dread. Thankfully, we only have a minute to go. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review.
The Cockroach King of gall and greed. With a broken crown, he's left to bleed. As empire fall into its knees. A bleeding ground for those who heed.
I love the vocal work. The vocal work honestly has been the best part of the entire song.
A disciple of the cockroach, I was hopelessly choking on the roach of fallacy. Thankfully, when the mirage finally melted, the impurity of the cockroach was revealed to me.
Like I said, the vocal work on this was the highlight of the entire song. Well, this is going to be an interesting review, that's for sure. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Haken with Cockroach King. This was a request from Jason. Okay. I struggled with this, and if I'm being honest with you, folks, I still am kind of struggling with this when it comes to not so much the score. I get the score. The score makes sense to me, but how I came up with the score, I'm still kind of struggling with internally. You'll see what I mean by that, I promise. Let's get to the score, and we'll go from there. Let's just get the score out there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.2. What does that mean? Well, an 8.2 would translate to a great skill rating because looking at the song objectively, overall, I gotta say, it is a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.2, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Oh man, so glad you asked. I'm just gonna be straight with you folks. I'm kind of indifferent to this song. There were things about the song that I liked. There were things about the song I loved, and there were things about the song that, honestly, I just did not enjoy whatsoever. The biggest thing for me, the biggest downfall for me with this song was that middle section. I liked the beginning, like the first 2.5 minutes. I liked everything that was happening there. The ending, the last minute and 15 seconds of that, I think it was, like last minute and 15, last minute and 20, somewhere in there. Loved that. I loved the ending. That middle section, I just could not wrap my head around. Now, we talked at length about this during the course of the reaction. It's one thing to listen to a song 30, 40, 50 times and learn where all the time signature changes happen, where all the shifts and changes happen, where all the grooves happen. And you're able to, as a result, Anticipate it, embrace yourself, and be ready for it. So when it does change from 7/8 to 9/8, you're ready for it. You know it's going to happen, so you're braced for it. And you're, as a result, because you know it's going to go 7/8, 9/8, 6/8, 11/8. You know for a fact those things are going to happen. So you're able to groove to it. Here's the 7/8. Awesome. Here comes the 9/8, and we're into it. And here comes the 6/8 section. Boom. Here comes the 11/8 section now. And we're able to groove to it. You know, that's one thing. But when you're a first-time listener like myself, to be expected to groove to this is, one, unrealistic, and two, unfair. There's no way. There's absolutely no way you're going to be able to groove to this as a first-time listen. It's impossible. There's just no way. There's sections that you're going to be able to groove to, like the beginning, that stays pretty dominantly in 4/4. Same thing with the ending, 4/4, okay? Because they stay there and they don't shift around with time signature at all, it stays in 4/4. That's really easy to groove to. No problem whatsoever. And I enjoyed the beginning and I loved the ending. Because you're able to groove to it. You're able to get into the feel. You're able to establish the groove and you're able to internalize it. And as a result, you can find yourself enjoying the song a lot more. That middle section I did not find enjoyable. Was it impressive? Here's the thing. Normally I would slam a song like this. I normally would. That rapidly changes time signatures just for the sake of showing off their ability and showing off their talent, and showing off their theory. You know, I make that analogy of, you know, reaching into your pants and pulling out your theory, just whipping it out. Ugh, there it is. Check that out. Yeah, check that theory out. Normally I would make fun of it like that, but I'm going to say there is a pattern. I could feel that there was a pattern. It wasn't 100% random. I was starting to see an established, repeated pattern. Now, if you were to ask me what that pattern is, break it down by count, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that yet, okay? But I'm sure there is because I can see it. I can feel it. It is there. If I were to listen to this song, not even the whole song, if I were just to listen to that middle section, if I were to listen to it another 5 times, 6 times, maybe 10 times, I'll probably get it. I probably will. And as a result, I can, like I said, I can anticipate it. I can brace myself. I can be ready for it. So when it happens, I'm there with it. I'm locked into it already. And I have no problem grooving along to that. But that takes time. That takes repetition. That takes familiarity. I don't have that yet. Not with this song. So I'm not going to sit here and say that they were just throwing out random time signature changes just for the sake of throwing out random time signature changes. There was a pattern. I don't know what the pattern is yet. If I were to listen to this song more and more and more, I'm sure I'll get it. Okay? Will I? Here's where things get interesting. Normally, I'm so turned off by a song like this, I have no desire. I have no interest in learning the song. I have no interest in listening to the song and giving it another chance and trying to find it. But I gotta say, there were a couple of things that made the song intriguing and made the song make me actually want to listen to this song again. The biggest one, the vocals. I am not a lyrics guy. I have no idea what they were singing about. I have no idea what the subject of the song was about. I have no idea what any of the lyrical lines are. But from a notational standpoint, from a vocal performance standpoint, I was intrigued. At the very least, worst possible case scenario, I was intrigued with what was being done in the vocals. The different approaches with the vocals. Sometimes going a cappella with the main melodic line and the bass line being done in the vocals. And then in comes a counter melodic line, and then in comes a harmonic line. And always finalizing with harmonies. That was cool. I gotta give credit where credit's due. That was really interesting. And then there were other places within the song where the vocals were just absolutely gorgeous, with those vocal harmonies closing out each phrase, like at the ending, at the conclusion of the intro, when they had that repeated line. I was looking forward to those harmonies every single time, and when they would come, the payoff was real, because I absolutely enjoyed the richness and the fullness of the vocal execution. The vocals, in my opinion, were the saving grace in this song. They are the single entity that kept me interested. Some other things, though, that kept me interested as well. The change of style in the song. We had that great heavy intro into a cappella. Okay? Didn't see that coming. Remember I said that. And then we get back into the groove of the song. And then we go into this jazz section. It was piano and bass with the drums in the background, kind of keeping the formation going, kind of keeping the feel going, while the piano and the bass were trading off lead lines. Okay, went back into the groove, and then we broke it down again into this funk feel. Okay, and they stayed there for a while. Didn't see that coming. Remember I said that earlier? I didn't see the funk section coming. I didn't see the jazz section coming. I didn't see the acapella section coming. That had me wondering. I didn't see that coming, and I wonder what they're gonna do next. Now, I had experiences with that saying right there. I wonder what they're gonna do next. I had positive experiences with that, and I had negative experiences with that. I had the, I wonder what they're gonna do next, and I also had the, oh God, I wonder what they're gonna do next. And I had both experiences with that phrase. Now, they did kind of wash each other out a little bit. Okay, we kind of broke even on it. Batting 500. Okay, fine, but we still had a tremendous vocal performance. And I'm not going to deny the songwriting. Like I said, the songwriting definitely, it was, oh God, I wonder what they're going to do next. But I did, like I said, I did see towards the end, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I've heard this before. Not as I've heard the song before, but within this listen through, I think I've heard this section before. So this is repeatable. This is being repeated. So if it's being repeated, that means there is a pattern, a learnable pattern that we can learn through the course of multiple listens. It's not just random nonsense like I've heard other songs do. Not going to mention any names, but there have been songs from bands on this channel where their time signature usage is just ridiculous. There's no established pattern. There's no repeatable pattern. It's literally just random nonsense. And that's when I absolutely lose my mind on songs. Now, have I ever lost my mind with this? No. I haven't lost my mind. I've kept things cool. I have. I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of it right now. Now, over the course of more time, will I listen to this again? Honestly, because of the vocals and because of the changes in style within the song, yes, I am absolutely willing to give the song another listen. Probably another 3 or 4, maybe even 5 listens at least. Probably more, because I really did enjoy the beginning and I really loved the ending. So all I gotta do is enjoy those 2 sections and get through the middle. Enjoy the beginning. When we hit the middle, just remember, I'm looking forward to the ending. I know I enjoy the ending. I just got to get through this middle section. And while I'm in that middle section, try my best to find the repeatable pattern and internalize it. So the next time I listen to it, I'm a little more familiar. Next time I listen to it, a little more familiar. And the next time I listen to it, I'm a little more familiar until eventually I got it. That's what's going to happen. And I have no doubt over the course of, like I said, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15 listens, I'll get it. I will get it. And when that happens, I personally will enjoy the song more. Okay? But as it stands right now, like I said, there were some good things that were happening, but for the most part, that whole middle section was a little bit of a turnoff. So, but in any case, looking at the song objectively, taking my own personal feelings out of it, I gotta say, it is a great song overall. There's a lot of potential in there. So, 8.2, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here at a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.2, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoke. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.